So it might come as some surprise, but I was born and raised in the Deep South. Most of my life has been spent in or near marshland and swamps. As you can see from my backyard, I'm currently living in a swamp. Granted, it's not the swamp that you think it is, like in south of Midnight. But it is a swamp nonetheless. I forget the name of the swamp. I'll edit it in up here. But yeah, we live in a swamp and marshlands. Like this, plus the swamp and the marshlands kind of like mix in this area a lot. But we're here. We're here in the swamps. So I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna be reading off of my phone today because I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it and showcase the beautiful pond in my backyard that I never get to show anybody. Look how beautiful. All right. Anyway, so despite the politics and the humidity in the South, this is my home and I love it. While I am neither Catholic nor Christian, I still tend to follow a lot of the traditions that are set around here despite that, because at the end of the day, like the Christian and Catholic traditions of the North are kind of different down here. Things are a little different, and that's okay. But the religion is so ingrained within the culture of the South that there's no living here without being implicit in some of its practices. There's just no way. You can't live in the South without practicing some sort of Christian practice. It just is what it is. And on top of that, like the wildlife, you can't see any of it. On a normal day, there's turtles and rabbits, and we even got a vole in the front yard. It's awesome. But the wildlife here in the South is beautiful and dangerous. We get big ass gators. I'm pretty sure somewhere in here we have an alligator snapping turtle. I've seen it around. But it don't take kindly to strangers, so I'm gonna kind of watch my back here. I don't want it nipping at my ankle. Now I love my home. I love the South. I love being here. I love the culture. I love the heritage. No matter how dark it gets, I love it. Oh, and the food. Don't give me stuff. I am the way I am because the food here is fucking good. Like if you haven't had real Southern food, like you're missing out on a whole lot. It's one thing to go to like a restaurant every once in a while and be like, yeah, I'm getting real Cajun cuisine. Like, yeah, that's fine, great. I get real Cajun cuisine all the time because I cook it all the time because it's delicious, it's easy, it's cheap. God, making like a shrimp or crawfish etouffee, like, yeah, it'll take a little while, but the ingredients to do so are pretty fucking cheap. It's easy, and that's why I stay fat, because I be eating good. Food here is good. Probably die of a heart attack or high cholesterol or something at some point, but it's just the way it is. Food's good. So more importantly than all that is the history. The history in the South is dark. It's very dark. Between slavery and the Confederates 2.0, we have a lot of pain in our bones, in our dirt, in our swamps. It's deeply ingrained within the daily life here in the South. And we can pretend like it's not there, but it's always there. And the more we ignore it, the more it festers. The history in the South it's very dark. But it's very important to remember it for what it is, because it is our history. The history of how we built our home, the history of the people who live here, the history of the black people who were brought here against their will. The South was built by the black community, and so was our culture, our heritage. Like, yeah, the French came and did some French stuff, but once the slaves came in and made Creole became a thing, Creole and Cajun, it was over with. The culture of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, it's all deeply ingrained with black culture. Whether we like it or not, I like it. I think it's fucking sick. I think black culture is pretty damn cool, and every day I strive to learn a little bit more. Anyway, moving on. Let's get back on track here. So these are some of the things that I kind of want to talk about in this review. And you'll notice I'm doing things a little different. Like on my phone, normally I have teleprompter right there in front of me, right underneath where you are. But I kind of wanted to like talk off some stuff and see where we go from there. So I'm going to talk about some of the things that I like about the game, and I'm going to use my phone as a reference to kind of get through it. We're gonna get through some stuff. Just me talking off the cuff, no script, just some words. Like, hey, here's some things I want to talk about. So we're going to talk about some things, starting with some of the little things that I noticed in South of Midnight that really meant a lot to me. And then we're going to talk about a couple of the things that really frustrated me. Like, really frustrated me. I still think it's a good game. I think it's an excellent game. But I want to talk about the things I love before I talk about the things I didn't love. Because I think it's more important that we share what we love first before we talk about the things we dislike. And yeah, let's get to it. So,
hey, it ain't my dogs pooping on her grass. My dogs are gentlemen. Yes, you are.
Early on in the game, I had noticed when you go inside people's houses, when you have control of Hazel walks.
There. All right, how do I get out of here?
And the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, maybe she's just, you know, it prevents me from moving too fast to get to the next area. But no, it is not just preventing me from moving fast. It is a cultural thing. She does not run in any habitable houses. Every single house we go in, she does not run. And it clicks. It's like, hey, I don't do that either. And I don't know how it is anywhere else. And everyone I've talked to about this, you know, we all live here in the South. Everyone I've talked to about this is like, hey, you know, I was brought up not to run in the house. Every time, you know, we were children and we were runs, our mom would be like, you better not be running in the house, you know? And it's I don't know if it's a part of the culture everywhere, but I know for a fact it's part of the culture here. And every time I ran in the house, whether it's at my house or a friend's house, someone's mama was screaming, you better not be running in the house. And to see Hazel, you know, fully grown ass woman not running in houses, it reminded me of like where I am today, 34 years old. I don't run in houses. I don't run in my, this is my house. I don't run in my house. It feels naughty, you know what I'm saying? It feels naughty. Anyway, we don't run in houses. Not obviously, some people do run in houses, but it is part of like the fabric here that we don't run in houses. It's kind of a thing. It's kind of a thing. Next up is going to be the bottle tree.
You damn boo hag!
Boo what?
Yeah, I saw you jumping through the air back there. Ain't no one but a boo hag can do that. I ain't gonna steal my soul while I sleep.
Look, I'm sorry, I need a bottle.
Yeah? Even you're not a boo hag, come up on this porch and prove it. I know full well you boo hags can't abide the color blue.
See? I ain't no boo hag.
I fully learned what the bottle tree was while I was streaming. One of my viewers talked about it with me. I've seen them growing up. I've seen them everywhere growing up, but I never knew what they were. It never dawned on me to ask because they were just so common. They were everywhere. So I was just like, yeah, it's the bottle tree. People put bottles on the trees. It's just a thing we do. It's like seeing the shoes on the power line. You know, we accept that they're there. The shoes are on all the power lines everywhere you go. It's just, what are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Well, it turns out that there is a cultural reason to it, whether it be voodoo or you can go back farther to Middle Eastern culture. The brightly colored, but it's not just any kind of bottle. It's brightly colored bottles, and they trap evil spirits. And it is said that the evil spirits are attracted to these bright colored bottles, and they're like, yeah, I like those bright colors, I'm gonna get them. And they go to get them, and it traps the bottle, and people put them in their gardens to protect the gardens in their homes from evil spirits. It's pretty cool, and to see it in the game, you know, I've played a lot of games where there's a lot of southern shit. I can't remember if Saint Denis and Red Dead Redemption, as detailed as Red Dead Redemption is, I can't recall seeing a bottle tree in Saint Denis. Where like there's not a lot of games based in the South, in swamps. I know for a fact that there ain't no damn bottle trees in Blood Rain. You know what I'm saying? So seeing something that I saw growing up like that was pretty damn cool. It was pretty rad. So what else we got?
This is grown folks' business. You a child. This ain't for you.
I ain't no damn child. Do you know how sad she was when you left us?
It was complicated. There was a...
Don't make excuses.
Hazel,
You didn't deserve her.
that's enough. I need you to leave.
Did you even care? What was so wrong with Mama? With us?
Nothing. Nothing. It's me. It's always me.
Laurent?
Hazel, no! I'm not safe. Get out!
The Rougarou. Now, the Rougarou displayed in South of Midnight is not the Rougarou I'm familiar with, but the Rougarou comes in many different forms. The Rougarou we had growing up was like half man, not half man, like 3/4 man, quarter wolf, like a humanoid body with a wolf head, and it's a Catholic thing. I mean, it's not like a totally Catholic. The Catholics here adopted it as a form of punishment. If you don't listen, the Rougarou gonna get your toes. He gonna get your toes, and there's always a threat to children. The little folklore that the Rougarou gonna eat your toes if you don't listen, or he's just gonna come get you in general, which is always kind of funny. And here you can see, I'll throw up a picture of me with the Rougarou at the Audubon Zoo. This year, when we went, he was dressed up for Easter. That was pretty cool. But in my opinion, as far as Rougarous go, they're basically a Cajun chupacabra, in my opinion. But they're very similar to werewolves. But the Rougarou we have in South of Midnight is the owl bear hybrid. Owl bear, owl bear. But it's cool. It still follows the, what a Rougarou is, and the folklore behind Rougarous. But it's just not like it's not visually the Rougarou I grew up with. But it's still a Rougarou. Goddamn Rougarou. Very early on in the game, after Hazel gets in a little spat with her mom sends her out to go check on the neighbors, Bo and Miss Pearl. We'll get to Bo in a minute, but we're gonna skip over to Miss Pearl first.
What you doing on my porch in all of this weather, baby?
I'm just checking on you, see if you need anything. You holding up okay?
I'm doing just fine. Been doing this longer than you've been alive. Why don't you come in for a second?
I should probably head back.
Come in, have some gizzards. I'm cooking them all before the power goes out.
You know I can't say no to your cooking.
Miss Pearl invites Hazel in for some food. Hazel does not say no. Not because Hazel didn't, not because Hazel, I don't know how to explain this. Hazel didn't say no because she couldn't. You don't turn down food. It is disrespectful here in the South. If somebody offers you food, you're gonna eat it, whether you like it or not. Even if it's just a bite or two, you're gonna eat it. So when Miss Pearl offered Hazel the gizzards, Hazel can't say no. Hazel's in luck that she likes the gizzards. I don't like it. I would eat the gizzards if they were offered to me, but I personally do not like the gizzards. It's a thing. Don't turn down food here. It's disrespectful. It's also outside of of Southern culture is also Spanish culture too. And when a Spanish person offers you food, don't say no. It's not a thing. Don't say no to the food. Just say yes, be happy, eat the food.
You mean to tell me your mama never told you stories about critters and weavers? Oh, you're lucky I come along.
What?
Oh, that's two-toed Tom. Big gator. I gotta drop you off fast.
After I got you out of that tree, you said you helped me find my mama.
I ain't of a disposition to be gator snacks.
Well, me neither.
If we're gonna go on, we gotta get rid of him.
I'm all ears.
There's a church up a ways with a big bell. Go on and ring it.
You want to make him come running?
Tom can't abide the sound of bells. Some church folks once tried to dynamite him, and he didn't take that too kindly. If you ring that bell, he might skedaddle.
You better not skedaddle.
Go on now, scoot. I'll pick you up yonder after to go find your mom.
Trifling ass mudcat.
Hey, I heard that.
The way everyone talks in South of Midnight, and I mean everyone, it's just, it feels like home, man. It's not often that you can look at a game and know what a company was hired for. And I know this is highly divisive, but after hearing the way people talk, I know exactly what Sweet Baby Inc. was hired for. They were hired for that. They were hired to make sure that they were speaking the way we speak here in the South. And they nailed it, dude. They absolutely knocked it out of the park. It feels like home. It feels like I'm listening to people on the street just chit-chatting.
Miss Pearl!
Hazel! Oh, thank God.
Here, let me help you inside. How did you get here?
Bo, pick me up in that flat bottom boat of his.
Hazel, where's your mama?
Not with you, Jolie?
Not since yesterday. Folks didn't want her to leave. Some don't trust no one but her. Wait, Lacey never got home?
Oh, baby.
She was late. And then the storm, and then our house in the river, and I wasn't fast enough to catch the trailer.
Baby, breathe. You can't blame yourself for that. Ain't nobody outrunning flood waters.
I thought maybe you got to her before I could.
I'm so sorry, honey.
And it was fantastic. I loved it. I know I don't talk like that. I grew up half my life in a city, so I adopted a metropolitan accent. But boy, you get me in front of some Cajun people, and I be talking like that, you know? It comes out. I got no control of it. The tongue of my people just flies out of my mouth. It's pretty awesome. It's something you really gotta see it to believe it.
Hey, Hazel, think fast.
Oh, come on, Mama. We don't have room for my track shoes.
You know how expensive those things are. You best find somewhere to pack them.
And pack them light. Yeah, I know.
What'd you say?
I said, and pack them light.
Pack a bag, then pack it light. Hey, pack your bags, then pack them light.
There was, right before we meet Miss Pearl, there was this little interaction right before the fight where Hazel and her mom go,
them light.
Pack a bag, then pack it light. Hey, pack your bags, then pack them light.
That's actually a really common thing for the musicality of the language like that. Music is a big part of the culture here, especially in the African American communities. It's a huge part of all of our identities, whether we like it or not. Jazz, blues, hip hop, a lot of that shit originates here in the South. And we all tend, more often than not, talk with a kind of rhythm and a kind of timbre when we're having conversations with one another. And at times it can feel musical, not all the time, but you know, the music is just a part of what we do. It's part of our language, and we all do things like that. All of us. Every single Southerner has done it at least once, and it's pretty sweet. I love it. I love it a lot. So on to Bo.
Oh, Hazel! Oh, come on in and grab some punch. Ugh, it is fucked up out here.
I came here to check on you, but it looks like you're riding this storm out in style.
Oh, yeah. Me and the pups are having a hurricane party. Yep, ain't no storm got me yet. And if things go south, I got my boat. You sure you don't want some punch?
I gotta go check on Mrs. Pearl.
Hey, it ain't my dogs pooping on her grass. My dogs are gentlemen. Yes, you are.
That is absolutely a perfect depiction of a Southern gentleman. How do I know? I'm a Southern gentleman. But aside from that, the hurricane parties. The hurricane parties are a real thing we do from Texas down to Florida, maybe even Georgia. I don't know a whole lot about them weirdos. But we all do hurricane party. If we end up staying, we tend to do a little party. In the face of danger and destruction, we'd rather go out having fun than sitting and hiding and being, you know, terrified. Granted, it's not always the case. Not all of us party, but sometimes it's easier to face our potential end while partying than it is to just sit there and stare out the window waiting for a gust of wind to rip your house off the pavement. You know, hurricane parties are real. They might seem fun and cheery, but there's a deeply morbid undercurrent to what hurricane parties are. And while Bo was facing, you know, forward facing, he had that courage. He was like, I got my boat. You know, we all say that, and we all still have that nagging thought like, hey, this could be my last night here on Earth, you know? And hurricane parties are fun, but they're dark. They're dark. They're very dark. So the sound of the world. Let's see. Let's do this real quick. So this is daytime in the South, and there isn't a whole lot going on right now because I'm scaring all the frogs and turtles off, and all the rabbits are being scared off. It don't really sound a whole lot different than any other place right now. But at night, oh boy, at night, these woods are alive. I mean, like obviously, literally they're alive, but like metaphorically, like it's alive. It's a symphony of sounds and singing and movement and animals, and it is beautiful, man. It is absolutely beautiful. Some of the animals can hear chirping behind the fence. I don't know if you can hear them. There's a frog in here. And the way the writers and Foley artists and everyone involved in South of Midnight got that right was just, when I heard that goddamn frog, man, I heard that, I was like, oh. And it even goes back all the way to, almost broke this. It goes all the way back to when the first trailer came out. I was watching that Xbox showcase because, you know, I watch all the showcases because I'm a fucking nerd. But I was watching the showcase and I was just kind of like playing on my phone, flipping through TikTok. And then I heard, like, I heard the trailer start, and I heard the Xbox logo, and then I started hearing, you know, the sounds of the trailer. And I was like, is my fucking window open? What the hell is going on? I look back when windows closed, and then I hear the guitar, and I'm like, oh. And I look at the screen, and it's a fucking swamp, and it's the first trailer for South of Midnight, and I'm like, hey, I like that. I like where this is going so far. That little bit enough told me this is going to be a serious game for serious Southerners. So if you're not a Southerner, don't even touch it. I'm just kidding.
Been a while. So, you remember that favor you owe me? I'm looking for a creature. Huge, sneaky, teeth like knives. No? Well, hey, how about you guys? No? Nobody? Not helpful. Mm-hmm. Sneaky.
No, yeah. The sound of the world is just, God. It's really fantastic. And then there's that big ass catfish. I don't even remember his name. I was more enamored with the way he talks. Like, God, I love the way he talks. But
oh, thanks. Get off me.
Hey, Hazel.
Who's there?
You up here.
Where?
My salvation.
A talking fish? Nope. Ain't no way.
Oh, Weaver like you must have seen stranger things than me. And I was so sorry to hear about your misfortune. You find your mama yet?
How do you know about my mama?
Well, before I tell you what I know, would you mind? This gentleman here scooped me up, but he ain't been equally good about letting go. Would you kindly do your Weaver thing and help me down?
What weeby thing?
Oh, don't tease now. Sound carries underwater. It ain't every day I hear about a new Weaver such as yourself.
man, we got catfish. I mean, I don't got catfish here. This is just a little pond. But we got looking at that turtle looking at me right there. I see him. But yeah, we got turtles. We got mostly sliders here. But the catfish are fucking everywhere. They're everywhere. And it's a huge part of the South. We eat it like with everything. Fried catfish. I don't like fried catfish. Don't even get me started on fried fish. I can't stand this shit. I don't like catfish. But catfish is a huge part of the whole deal here. It's a huge part of our food customs. It's in everything. We put almost we'll do like red beans and rice with a side of fried catfish. We get fried catfish with everything. Some places do fried catfish better than others, but I've only had like a handful of fried catfish that I've ever really liked, and I don't trust like that. Catfish are huge, and that catfish was cool as hell. That little mud cat. And then when he was like, "Oh, you better hurry or I'm a skedaddle," and Hazel's like, "You better not skedaddle." Trifling ass mud cat. I lost my mind. I lost it on that.
About him, and he didn't take that too kindly. If you ring that bell, he might skedaddle.
You better not skedaddle.
Go on now,
Fucking
scoot.
tell him, girl.
I'll pick you up yonder after to go find your mom.
Trifling ass mud cat.
Hey, I heard that.
Fucking god damn it. My wife says trifling. I don't use the word trifling because it's not a word that I use, but it's very common and the lexicon here in the South. And I don't know how it is elsewhere, but I could go to the corner store right now. I go to the little corner store, and within 10 minutes, I can 100% guarantee of getting there. I can hear someone use the word trifling. It is such a commonly used word here. To hear it used in the game was just like, again, back to the way, you know, back to the way we talk. It's a part of the language. It was so funny to hear. It's still so funny to hear. And then later in the game, around the end, Piggly Wiggly was mentioned.
Oh, Hazel! Well, nice duds. You been promoted at the Piggly Wiggly?
I don't know shit about Piggly Wiggly. I just know anytime I go anywhere that's not Louisiana, I don't see Piggly Wigglies. And yeah, I know Piggly Wigglies are kind of like all over the South. And they're like up in like Massachusetts or some shit. But like Piggly Wiggly is kind of a big deal here. We got one like down the road. We got a Piggly Wiggly down the road. We don't got them like around New Orleans or nothing, but like in the rural areas, yeah, they're not everywhere, but you'll find one or two of them around. And for it to be mentioned, it's like, hey, that's like part of my home, you know. It's Piggly Wiggly. I don't see Piggly. I go to Texas, I don't see Piggly Wiggly. I go to Mississippi, I don't see Piggly Wigglies. I'm here in Louisiana, I see Piggly Wigglies. Like every small town I go to is a goddamn Piggly Wiggly, and they're cool. Piggly Wigglies are cool. So it being mentioned, like the Piggly Wiggly name drop came as a huge surprise to me. It's one of the few things like here in Louisiana we have that when I think Piggly Wiggly, I think Louisiana. And granted, that's an outlier thing. Other people have Piggly Wigglies too. But for me, Piggly Wiggly is a Louisiana thing. Not that it is. It's a Southern thing. You know, it's here in the South. It has a greater hold here in the South than it does anywhere else. Moving on to the game's music. The music is non-stop bangers. Non-stop bangers. It is absolutely gorgeous. One of the songs late in the game brought me to tears. It is absolutely gorgeous, absolutely stunning. And if you've never been to a black church, if you go to church, if you've never been to a black church, I highly recommend you give it a shot. Like, it will blow your mind. It is a whole different world. It is not like other Catholic or Christian churches. There is soul. There is soul and heart in them churches. It is beautiful. That's where soul music comes from. It is absolutely beautiful, and to feel that in the music, along with like the jazzier elements, the rock and roll elements, like all the music of the South to be pushed into one game like that. It was awesome, and all of it is good, except for that one song. There's one song, I'll play it right here, right now, that it's kind of like, I don't care for it. I don't like the phrasing. It feels forced. It kind of feels like, I know it's not, but it feels like it's AI. But it just has that, I don't know, I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it sounded. And I know it's not AI, again. It's just, all the music is good, except for that one song. Now, the combat I thought was pretty cool. Combat's been getting a lot of flack. Play on a higher difficulty. If you find the combat boring, play on a higher difficulty. Straight up. Combat's fun. It's kind of like a modernized like Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank kind of feel. It's very of that era. It feels like an action-adventure game of the early 2000s, like 2000 and 2010. And as someone who grew up in that era, playing a lot of games, you know, that was really nice. It was a really nice little touch to the combat. The enemy design is cool. Granted, it can get pretty repetitive. You only get like one or two new enemies introduced per section of the game. But the way they look is just grotesque and gorgeous, and I love it. I love it so much. All of the enemies are designed in such a beautiful way. All the Haints, all of them. They're all ugly and gross, and I want to touch and hug all of them. The game is about pain, and the pain we inflict on others, and the pain others inflict on people, and you know, the history of pain that exists in the South, and it was real. It was real. There was the abandoned slave houses that we see early on. That really like they weren't played for laughs. It was like, hey, this was a thing, and there was an Underground Railroad bit that was really touching. The eviction notices on all the houses by the Benji tree was like it's a common thing in like towns like that when oil companies are coming around to like buy up all the property and to put new, not refineries, but what do they call those things? Oil rigs. They put oil rigs or gas rigs, whatever kind of rig they want. They'll find a way to buy up all the property, and in this case, it was evict everyone. Everyone was evicted. All the property was owned by Bunny Flood and her people, and they evicted everyone. And those who they could not evict, they probably did something to get them evicted so they could buy the property from the bank and then sell the property. It's a real thing. It's a real tragic thing to have. Like the pain that's here in the South. I know pain isn't just a Southern thing, but the way the pain was depicted felt uniquely Southern, and it really tugged at my heart because like I've lived a lot of those things. I've lived in the South my entire life, so like seeing the pain I've seen being reflected back to me in a game I'm playing, it's hard, it's heavy, it's real heavy. The game takes the slavery seriously, the whole situation around it. It takes that whole thing very seriously, and it doesn't play for laughs. It felt like, I know Django Unchained is a serious movie for serious people, but I can't help but feel like the depiction of John Candy and all those other slavers and just the situation with the slaves are just kind of played for laughs, not taken as seriously as it is. It's now they're human beings being traded as cattle, and South of Midnight, I felt the respect that they had for the pain and suffering of others. It was really nice. All of the stories within the game, however, all of the stories in the game are all deeply emotional. I was on the verge of tears for most of the bottle events, where you learn little bits and pieces about the people you're trying to heal, and it's some heavy shit. It's so emotional. It's so deep. It's so real. I really felt it. And then when we get to the mom who jumped off the boat with her baby and lost her baby and spent her days like trying to find the baby and turned into a giant monster, and so did her baby, and she literally turned into an immortal being to find her baby. And once reunited, her and her baby, they strip their corporeal forms off and become spirits and walk with each other into the afterlife. And it was just, that was, oh my God, even talking about it.
Stay put. She might not recognize you. Let me protect you.
Mama will be there in the morning. Mama will be there in the morning.
Me next. Me and Mama next.
It was rough, as a dad, as a parent of two. I would do that, and it was hard. That one was the hardest one for me. All the rest were pretty tough, but that one was just, God damn, that one was heavy. For me, that one was the heaviest one. As you may or may not know here on this channel, I got a weakness for like parent stuff. The Evil Within 2, I cried at the end of that one because he was reunited with his daughter, and it was just like, it was over with, And that kind of stuff like really fucks with me. It really messes with me and deeply important to me. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about a couple of the issues I have, and then we'll close up here because I'm talking off the cuff, just kind of ranting. All right. So I have issues with Hazel. Now, Hazel as a character is deeply well thought out. She's well built. She's well written. I love her. I think she's goddamn hilarious. But all of that falls away the second Bunny Flood is involved. She's no longer spicy. She don't give her no lip. Nothing. It all just falls away. She forgets everything. She gives no one in her life more slack than she gives Bunny Flood. No one. When Bunny knocked her ass out and locked her in a room, she's just like, oh man, my grandma locked me in a room. Oh no, I guess we're gonna escape. And we found the secret. It's like, oh, my grandma got a secret. The way she talked about Bunny to other people, like, oh, Bunny ain't like that. Like, especially after we look, Hazel's seeing what we're seeing in the game. So when we go inspect the doors of the houses around the Benji tree, and we see that there are eviction notices, courtesy of the Flood Real Estate Company, we know who that is. We, as the players, know. Flood. Bunny Flood. That's Bunny's people. So she's seeing these eviction notices on his house and doesn't even stop to say, hey, it's kind of fucked up. My grandma did that. And it's always just all like, oh, that's sad. That she's always just like glossing over the hurt and pain that the floods have inflicted on the community that she lives in. And every step she makes is another realization of the player of why Hazel's mom fucking hates Bunny. But for some reason, every turn, Hazel's just like, nah, that's not my grandma. My grandma ain't did that. They ain't my people who done did that. Nope, no siree. Every time. Even when she confronts Bunny, it's always just all her spiciness and sass and edge and bite all just fall away. Like it's being washed away by the waves of the past or some shit. It's fucking lame. Other than that, like other than the way she reacts to Bunny and all the flood nonsense, Hazel's great. But I really hate the way Hazel just straight up ignores what her family has. Like, I know she didn't do that, but she straight up is ignoring the constant realizations of the pain her family has inflicted on her community constantly. So now that we talked about that, let's talk about goddamn Bunny Flood. Bunny Flood is set up to be like a villain, right? You from the second we walk into her house after we lose our mom to the end of the game, like every time Bunny's mentioned, every time you see something, it's like, oh, Bunny's a bad person. Bunny's a bad person. And, when we hear about all these bad things Bunny does, but when it comes time to confront Bunny, there's no fight. There's no like grand realization to things. It's just all like, hey, take this brush and you can go spend the rest of your days with Cherie, and that's it. You can forget all the pain as long as you believe it's real. And it's like all the fucked up shit she did, she's not gonna like sit here and fight it off one last time and be like, hey, no. She just rolls over and takes it. She's like, yeah, okay. I'll go over there. I'll go to the little other realm. Fuck it. And it's just like Bunny Flood was like built up to be this grand villain, tragic villain at that. Like what the reasons why she did some of the things she did was solely so she could be with her daughter, the apple of her eye, the light of her life. And nothing is done about all the other horrible shit the Flood family has done to the community. It's just, it ends with, oh yeah, we sent Bunny away to go spend eternity with her kid, while the pain of her tragedy is like siphoned off of her with a straw as food for some demon. Like, okay, what about all the other shit Bunny did? She don't got to answer for none of that? Okay, what the fuck ever. Those are like the two things that like really bothered me about the game. Everything else was really great. I really enjoyed the game, and I think you will too. So here we are, the end, where I get to tell you the conclusion. The conclusion is the game is fucking amazing. If you don't like action games, you can turn off all the you don't need to do any of the combat sequences. There's a mode for that where you just play the game and you can enjoy the story, and it is, I think, even for just the story, it alone is worth it. I absolutely love the story. It is beautiful. It's one of the best games I've played in a minute. It's, as far as like a non-horror game goes, it is absolutely fantastic. I don't talk about a lot of non-horror games here, but being that my backyard is a swamp, I really felt compelled to talk about this one in a different way, of course. But you know, I really wanted to talk about this one because I love my home, and the game. It really showed me that Compulsion had a deep respect for the culture and the people and the pain of the South. And being a fan of We Happy Few, you know, it was really nice to see. It was really just, it was really beautiful. I can't recommend this game enough. You know, you don't need to go out and buy it. It's on Game Pass for a reason. If you have an Xbox Series S or X, it's a Game Pass game. I don't know what the tiers are anymore. I bought this game on Steam because I wanted to buy it to support. You know, I'm buying the games I want. I want more games that are based in my home. But it's on Game Pass. So if you have Xbox Series S or Series X, you can play it there. If you have a PC, you can also get Game Pass there. On Steam, it's like $39.99. I don't know if it's on any other store. I know it's on Steam and on Microsoft Store. $39.99. Maybe one day it'll come to PlayStation 5. I don't know. They're putting a lot of PS5 games over there, so it'll probably be over there in a year or two. But we'll see. There's nothing's even being said on that front for PlayStation 5. But the game is really, really good. And if you want a real taste of Southern culture and you're not from the South, play the game. It's really fantastic. Like, really fantastic. If you're from the South and you wanna see your home in a game, like, it's here, it's there, it's in the game. It's really beautiful. And I really loved it. I really did. I had a really good time playing it. I felt seen. I felt really seen. I got nothing else for you guys. The game is excellent. South of Midnight, $39.99, Steam, not free. You gotta pay for Game Pass, but it's on Game Pass. I don't know which tier anymore because I don't use Game Pass, but it's on one of the Game Pass tiers. Go play it. It's awesome. Anyway, that's it. That's this review. Sorry, things are a little bit different. I really wanted to talk about this one before people stop talking about it. Anyway, that's the video. Slosh out.